So I was playing black in this position. I am a pawn down at the moment. White has 5 pawns and black has 4 pawns. Actually, I had sacrificed a pawn in the opening to get some active play. So I have double bishop advantage. He has only one bishop and one knight. And I thought my pieces are much active. All my pieces are very, very active. So I thought I had some good compensation. So here I was calculating bishop takes b3, the most obvious capture. I spent like 15 minutes. So bishop takes b3. I was thinking my two candidate moves were bishop d5 check and rook b3.
காலையில என்ன விளையாட்டு காட்டுறாங்க?
I mean, most important candidate moves. I was happy when he moves the queen somewhere. So let's look at rook takes b3, which is also very natural. Queen b3, rook takes b3, bishop d5 check, rook takes d5, knight takes d5, bishop d6. So now we have equal pawns. Black has 4 pawns, white also has 4 pawns. But for me, to my merit, I have a rook passer, rook pawn, which is very strong passed pawn. But I didn't stop here. I just felt something is a problem with my back rank, since my rook is not in the first rank, not in my first rank. So then I was thinking after bishop d6, what if knight takes e5? Because if bishop e5, it leads to knight e7 check, king h8 and rook f8 mate.
சொல்ல வேண்டியதானே இங்க பாதை இல்லை என்று?
But after knight e5, then I saw one intermezzo rook b5, attacking the d5 knight and the e5 knight, since my bishop on d6 is stopping knight e7 check. And if white plays e4 to defend the knight, then I just take rook d5, e d5 and bishop takes e5. And I have two pieces for the rook, which I was very happy about. And I was thinking how to win this position. But it's kind of easy. Yeah? We just push the rook pawn a5, a4, and it should be a easy win. Okay, let's just go through the moves. Bishop b3, rook b3, queen b3, queen b3, rook b3, bishop d5 check, attacking both the king and the rook. Rook takes d5, knight takes d5, bishop d6, knight takes e5. If we take, the knight is on check and rook f8 mate.
ஆஹா.
So rook b5, attacking both the knight. And I was visualizing if knight f7, there is anyway rook d5, defending my d6 bishop. If e4, there is rook d2 or even bishop c5 check. And if e4, rook d5, e d5, and bishop takes e5. So after calculating rook b3 and queen b3, now I moved on my calculation to bishop d5 check. Of course, attacking the b3 bishop in the process. I cannot take back the bishop with the bishop since the queen on b6 is hanging. So I was calculating bishop d5 check, rook captures d5, knight captures d5, bishop captures d1. If knight b6, I just thought I'll just take the g4 knight, and I was thinking I'm a piece up. Instead of knight captures b6, I was calculating knight e7 check, king h8, rook captures b6, taking back the queen, pawn takes, and rook captures d1. So now I was thinking in my head that white has a rook on d1, knight e7, and knight g4, 3 pieces. And for me, I have rook on d8, b8, and a3 knight, which essentially means that I'm an exchanger. So I was like, okay, I was happy with the thing. So I was spending most of my time on rook b3 or queen b3. I was assuming he will not play bd5.
இது என்ன பிரமாதம்? இது விட பெசலைட் ஒன்னு இருக்கு. கூவுடா.
And to my surprise, he played bishop d5 check. I was like, wait a minute, what am I missing? And anyway, rook d5 is forced. And the moment I touched my d8 rook, I understood what I had missed. In my whole line, which I just saw, which I just said, I was assuming that my rook is on d8. That's why I was telling that I'm an exchanger. But the moment I touched my rook, I realized, oh no, I am giving the d8 rook for the d5 bishop. After this, bishop d1, knight e7, king h8, rook b6, a b6, rook d1. Now, whatever I saw was right, except that the d8 rook was missing.
ஐயா என் கணத்தை காணோம் என் கணத்தை காணோம் ஐயா
So I was just completely hallucinated. So basically, instead of being an exchanger, I became a peace dome. And the moment I realized that I had blended, the first 10 seconds in my mind, I was super angry on myself. But I was like, okay, what to do? Life goes on. Yeah, it's not the end of the world. So after the game, I just came back to the room and just slept off.
கைப்புள்ள இன்னும் ஏன்டா முடிச்சுக்கிட்டு இருக்க தூங்கு
What else to do? So it was a bit painful, and of course, it's an unexplainable blunder by me. But okay, I mean, what's the point in regretting so much? There's the next round to focus on, and I just had to focus on my next game.